guys, good morning. We are going to be testing out the Milk Makeup Future Fluid really quickly today and do a little wear test and review situation. So I've already done my foundation for today, skincare, all of that, and I've loosely filled in the brows. But we're going to go ahead and just apply this and jump right in without a formal intro today. So if you're new here, I'm Anna, by the way. I'm a little bit spooky, and yeah, we are testing out a concealer. I've got some of the claims written down here that we'll go over real quick. This does retail for $29. It comes in 30 shades, and this is a multi-use medium to full coverage concealer that covers, sculpts, and hydrates for lightweight, crease-proof, natural finish. Okay, pretty straightforward. That is the gist of the description from the website and Sephora. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it on. It does have a very nice little applicator. It's just such a short little fat tube. I kind of love it. But the applicator is kind of pointy rather than having a flat edge on it. And put a little bit here. And I've been testing this for a little bit now. My shade is a little bit pale for me, but it's fine. But yeah, I've been testing this out for few weeks now, honestly, since it came out, and have really enjoyed it. Like, I haven't had anything to complain about. I don't feel like it gets creasy. It doesn't get dry on me. It doesn't look too heavy. Well, it can look too heavy if you over apply, but I find that it has incredible coverage. Just really does all the things that I need it to do. And I feel like everyone had the issue with the shade of them getting shades way too light for them. Why am I blending right there? Okay, I'm taking my foundation brush and just gonna blend out over here. This does have really good coverage, and it is very light on the skin. It doesn't look heavy or cakey unless you, like, obviously are over applying it. It will, of course, get cakey then. It could look heavy, but in my time testing this, I haven't come across a day that I felt like it looked heavy or anything like that. I think that if your skin is incredibly dry, like your under eyes, you may not love this one. Even though it says it's hydrating, I don't think it's the most hydrating out there, but it's not crusty, dusty, dry either. It does have a nice natural finish. It just doesn't, it's not like something like the Bear With Me from NYX, or it's not like super moisturizing and illuminating feeling on the skin. It's not greasy at all. It does dry down. And if you do have dry skin, I feel like this might be one you could get away with not setting, because it does kind of dry down and set itself. But I kind of like having that lighter shade because it really brightens things up and just gives great coverage. And I'm applying a light amount. It is buildable. You could build up and get almost like pretty much full coverage from this. I think it says what's light to medium. No, medium to full. So yeah, you definitely get medium to full. I tend to shear things out to go a little lighter, but I have definitely built it up for looks in certain days and gotten incredible, like flawless looking coverage from it. But yeah, I think that looks really nice. You can see the difference here. Like, it just looks pretty on the skin, and it doesn't emphasize anything unless you have like some flaky skin or something. You know, it's going to cling to that, but all products do that, so that's not a deal breaker. I'm a little bit, I just woke up and like sat down and I have to get ready, so I'm like, oh, not quite there. I'm taking a pretty small amount, just kind of off the tip of the applicator here. And of course, sponge, brush, your preferred application method will do just fine with this one. You kind of do whatever feels right to you. I've just been into brushes lately. I don't know why. I think I like because I can shear product out with brushes. And today it's getting a very good wear test because I am going to physical therapy, and we are starting on doing more kind of gym-like things where it's not a full workout. Obviously, I'm not getting like crazy sweaty, but I do get a little sweaty there because I lay on a heating pad and I do like some heat therapy, and you know, everything's like leather that you're laying against. You just get hot and sweaty while you're there, even though it's not physically that strenuous yet. But they are amping things up a little bit for me and doing like getting into a little bit of weight training with my therapy and just kind of making it harder, obviously. So I do get a good little workout in. So it's going to be a nice little wear test there. And I'm going to be getting groceries afterwards. So yeah, we're putting it through a few paces today. Nothing obviously extreme, and the weather is very agreeable today. It's very nice and cool, so I do plan to change into something a little bit warmer. I think I just have a t-shirt on right now. All right, that's how the skin looks before we set everything. See, I didn't do like heavy coverage. I'm just not a heavy coverage kind of gal, but I like the brightening that I got from it. Everything just looks evened out, my skin, but better type of thing. Now, don't judge the top of my nose. I have a bruise. I hit my nose in the bathtub, slipped in the tub and smacked my face, so I have a bit of a bruise across my nose. But I think everything looks very, very smooth. Let me get in the mirror, make sure you're looking blended. Like, I'm just getting just the slightest bit of creasing, but it's not set yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock it in with a little bit of face powder, and we'll be ready for the rest of our day. So just to center the eyes, I'm going to use my number 7 Lift and Illuminate. It's one of my favorite ones for under eye setting. It's fantastic. So I'm going to take that on a powder brush, if I can find one. Where'd you run off to? I'm just going to press that on. I like that this concealer it's not overly matte, but it's not super glowy either. It is like just a nice, more matte leaning satin finish. It looks really like pretty on the skin and has that kind of a natural finish to it. The first part of my usual routine is to always hydrate my skin pretty well, even though my skin does lean a little more oily. We're coming into the drier months especially. I do apply moisturizer every day, and I do an under eye cream. Lately I've been using the Dr. Dennis Gross Firm Bright Eye Treatments under the eyes. So that's an everyday thing I do. So if you're having trouble though with your concealer just not sitting pretty, just try going in with an under eye cream. It really does help the situation a lot. That's something that I've discovered. I used to think under eye creams is like, what's the point in that? No, they do make a difference in the way your concealer looks, and just your under eyes, period, will look better. Okay, so that's pretty well set down. Again, ignore my little bit of bruising there. I'm not worried about like covering it up perfectly, even though we could if we wanted to with that powder or with that concealer. My brain is not working yet. I haven't had coffee yet. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just finish up the rest of my face, and I will see you guys when it's done, and then we will move on to that wear test. Today's video is just very chill. No formal intro, nothing like that. We're just truly just testing out a concealer in day-to-day life as we go about it. Just get my eyelids set. I do always have to set around my eyes because I have oily under eyes. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and finish my rest of my face up, and I'll see you guys in just a minute. Okay, so here is how everything looks now that the makeup is on. This eye did start to water a little bit, but that's how it goes. Anyway, so here's how we're looking. I'll check it after I do my physical therapy and get groceries and show you how things are holding up and looking. But I think it looks pretty good now. Definitely. This is this is perfect for like everyday level coverage, even though I do tend to reach for this one when I want a little more a glam look. I wanted to test it just with some everyday makeup, just running out the door, doing things that we normally do in everyday life and seeing how it just holds up throughout the day. So yeah, I'm gonna go put some clothes on for PT, and then the day, and I will see you guys in a couple of hours, probably about 3 hours. So though it is 11 a.m. at the moment, so I will probably see you guys around 2, and we'll see how things are looking. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, back from physical therapy, getting groceries, and getting lunch. I'm a little sore. Turn all the camera out a little further so you can see my face. Yeah, so I did some weight training and physical therapy. Then I had my face in one of those round things like you do when you're getting a massage, and you know, because they were working on my back a little bit. But anyway, here's how the concealer is holding up. Did get a little sweaty. It's a little warmed up a bit today. Everything looks perfect. It looks exactly like I did when I left the house. No creasing. Everything looks just nice and where it should be. Let me get you a little close up in here. Yeah, nothing looks like it's breaking up. Cool, cool, cool. All right, I'll check in a little later today. Okay, so in conclusion, with the Milk Makeup Concealer, as you see in my little end of day shot, it held up so beautifully. I think this is an amazing concealer if your skin is not super duper dry. I don't know how it would do on very mature skin. I think it might be a little dry, but it's not the most drying. It's not Tarte Shape Tape or anything like that. It's a very just long wearing, beautiful concealer that you really don't have to set unless you just absolutely need to. I myself have to set it because I do have kind of oily under eyes, and it wears beautifully on me. And my biggest tip with wearing it, like if you have it and you're having some trouble with it, just prep your skin really well. Use an eye cream. Origins Ginseng eye cream. Dr. Dennis Gross has a great one. You can get one from Rock, from the drugstore. Just any sort of something hydrating out the eyes. I found it's very beneficial when a concealer is a little bit drying or you feel like it's emphasizing fine lines. I've heard that complaint from drier skin types and more mature skin types, is that they found it was just not the most flattering. But on myself, I found it absolutely beautiful. It looks gorgeous, not just under the eye, but around the face. You can mix it with foundation. It looks great. So overall, I think it's a beautiful product, and I'm happy to have it in my collection. It's a really nice full coverage option within my repertoire because I don't have a ton of full coverage concealers because I'm not a full coverage kind of gal. This one I think is going to definitely take the place of my like e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I think they're not too terribly dissimilar, and yeah, I enjoy it quite a bit. So yeah, that is all for today. Thank you for hanging out and watching this quick little review and wear test of the Milk Makeup Future Fluid Concealer. I look forward to trying some more stuff from Milk. If this product is any indicator of kind of their complexion products, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and stay spooky. Bye now.